let's go back in time a little bit. Let's go to, I'm 21 years old. I've been in the Navy, I've been in the Navy, gone to boot camp. I've gone to A school. I'm a certified mechanic, diesel, internal combustion gas, in the Seabees. But I'm a reservist, right? And so I've done 3 years active, and now I'm doing my active reserve for 3 more years, right? Which is, you go for 3 years, you go once a month, and if they need to call you up for war, then they'll call you up. I'm in Arizona because I probably should tell the other one about how I broke my jaw and we got back together and yada yada with the wife and kids and everything, but I'll just jump into this. So now I'm married to my first wife. We've got my baby boy is just born. He's 6 months old at the time. We're living happily ever after. My dad is in Arizona also by this time. He's moved there from Oklahoma. And so I moved there. I've got a tree service business, obviously, because I fell out of the tree, but I'm doing landscape and tree service business and yada yada. But anyway, it's 1991, and like it's January 1991-ish, and we get activated for Desert Storm. So I find out that my company is headed over to Iraq. We're going to Desert Storm. And of course, I'm a warrior. I'm a fighter. I'm like, man, I'm like, yes, this is gonna be great. Although I'm gonna miss my wife and kids and so forth. But again, I'm thinking, hey, what an honorable way to leave this world, right? Anyway, so I had a good business. I only worked like 3 or 4 days a week, and I was making really good money. I got 2 weeks notice. Hey, we're shipping out in 2 weeks. Tell your loved ones, write letters, do whatever you're going to do, because you may not come back from this. You could be dead. I'm like, okay, sweet. So anyway, I go and I'm doing my jobs. I'm already scheduled out, like 4 weeks. So I canceled the ones past X date, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to do this last one on Friday because I wanted to have cash. I can leave my wife, and my child. And then, of course, I'm in the Navy and I'll be active so I can send money back, and we're taken care of. But my dad lives there and with his wife. And anyway, so I'm doing this tree service business. I have a buddy that works for me. He's probably 19. I'm 21, maybe 22 at the time. I don't remember exactly, but I had to do the math, 68 to 91, whatever that is. Anyway, probably 22. And anyway, so I call my mom, I tell everybody, and they're all going to fly in and say goodbye. So that weekend, so I've got my last job on Friday. This weekend, my whole family's there. Mom's already come in like on Thursday or whatever, and so we're sitting there. Well, what's crazy is that same day, my wife's sister is having knee surgery at Scottsdale Memorial Hospital. And so they're there, and Mom went with them and whatever. And my wife, no, I think just my wife and my son went, her husband and whatever. Anyway, so I show up to my last job. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. We're doing a complete, I used to take desert lands. I would take regular high maintenance landscaping, so grass and all that kind of stuff, and we would take all of that out and put in desert landscaping, so that way it's low maintenance. You don't have to do nothing. It's desert. It's rocks, right? Well, I've got like $5,000 worth of rock and plants, and all this stuff has to go in time, and I have to get it done by noon. Well, anyway, I wasn't doing palm trees at the time because I'd been hiring them out to this guy. And for whatever reason, he's calling me up. He's like, dude, I can't make it today because well, I've been trimming palm trees for the past 2 years. I'm good at it. I just don't like heights. And I'm like, great, dude, this is great. The one day that I need you, you can't be here, because I didn't want to put in all this desert landscape and then have all that palm tree stuff come down and ruin my desert landscape and be in the rocks and stuff. So I was going to trim the trees first and then put in all the landscape. So I'm pissed now. I'm like, it's starting, it's 8 or 9 o'clock by the time I figure out, oh, where's so-and-so? And we're doing stuff, getting prepared and whatever. But I've got 2 illegal Mexicans working for me too, which, back in the day, you could have illegal Mexicans. I'm in Arizona. Didn't even think anything about it, right? Anyway, they don't speak a lick of English, and I picked them up at one of those little work spots because I knew I needed some extra help carrying all this rock. Anyway, so I'm like pissed about it, and I'm like, all right, well, fine. I'll just put it. I had spikes. I had all the stuff. I know how to trim palm trees. I'm just like, dang it, I'll just do it myself. I didn't want to, but I'm pissed about it. So I'm like putting on my stuff and da-da-da-da. Well, this very first tree that I've got to trim is this big around. It's one of those little, it's a short one. It's 40 some odd feet tall, but it's this big around. It's one of those little short stubby ones. I think it's called a royal palm. I can't remember, paradise palm or something like that. Anyway, go look them up. You got the little skinny ones like this that are 80 feet tall, and then you got the other kind that are monsters, whatever that is. And they're not as tall. They're only like I said, they maybe get 50 feet tall, but this one's probably 40, 45, give or take. Anyway, so I'm like, crap. So I get up this thing, and I put on all my stuff. Well, this one, because it's so big, instead of using one strap and clicking in, I have to take 2 straps. And well, the one strap's a little worn, and I didn't realize, but those D-clamps on there, I guess, were rusty. I don't know what happened behind the scenes because I couldn't see it. But anyway, I scale up the tree. I get my chainsaws. It doesn't take long. They all fall down. I look at my buddy, and I go, any more need to come off? And he's like, man, get that one right above your head. And I'm like, fine. I put my chainsaw down. It's still ting, 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 because I'm going to go straight down the tree and then back up another one 80 feet tall and just do the same thing, because I can knock these out quickly. But it's hot, it's sweaty. He says, get the one above your head. Well, I've been shimmying around this tree like this, right? Going around it because you had to go and then shimmy because it's a big one, right? And I'm trimming it all up to where it looks like a big pine cone like this. Well, anyway, so he says, get that one right above your head, because the one right above my head is like leaning down. I got a cowboy hat on, and it's all dusty and stuff. Anyway, so I lower my chainsaw. I have to kind of reach up to get it, so I put my feet in like this, and I lift up like that, and I grab it. Well, I've got this handsaw that's just a little zip, zip, like this, and I lean up like this, and I go zip, and I zip it off, and then I'm going back to lean in my thing. As I loosened the tension, something happened that loosened my freaking strap. And as I'm going back to get in my harness, get back in the tension, I see the strap go. Whew. I've got my saw in one hand. I've got the palm frond in the other. I'm doing high math equations at this point in time. Like, is that your strap? My other saw's going, dude, that was your strap. You better grab the tree. I let go of my handsaw and my palm frond, and they fall to the ground. As I'm going backwards like this, I grab the tree, and because I've already trimmed all this stuff off, and it's got the ones from below, and it's just it's the skin of the fronds that are old and they're rotted, and I grab a hold of it, and they rip off in my hands, but it keeps me just enough that like I get a little up, and then it pulls off, and then I'm falling back again, and I'm reaching for the tree, and I can't get it, and then I'm thinking, like, man, I'm going to go upside down and just go boom on my head. And so I just kick out like this, and I fall just like this, straight down. And as I'm falling like this, I'm just doing this. And man, I hit, bam, and it takes me like this, and I hit like this. I land just like this, and my legs hit first. It snaps both my legs up, which, here's my heel just for the record. Look at that. See how nice and nifty that is? I had pins in there. How it's deformed in comparison to this one, where I have steel plate right here. It just smashed this leg. I've got spikes on my legs. That's the only thing that like held my legs together, or they would have been shattered. They were shattered. I wish I had those x-rays to show you, because it's amazing. But anyway, shatters both of them, and then I land on my hip, and it breaks my hip in 4 places, basically down here and up here. Smash! And I got my handsaw still strapped to my thing. My chainsaw's over here. It hits the ground. Ting, 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 ting. It's still running. Steel, man. It's a solid thing. Ding, 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 ding. The Mexicans are losing their mind. My buddy sees me fall. He's losing his mind. I'm the most calm person on the ground. And this happens seconds. We're talking seconds here. But also, as I went down, it made me go like this, like when I hit boom, and I went like this. Well, my handsaw was like across here, and it went smack, cuts my head open. So I'm in the white t-shirt, by the way, with my hat's, of course, on the ground somewhere, and my head is bleeding profusely, and there's just blood all over me because your head, it bleeds a lot. And anyway, I'm like, and I swear, it was crazy. Like, I had this out-of-body experience. So I'm laying there like this, and it was like my soul was up there still looking down at me, the tree trimmer. Like, Wade Quinton is up there. I've hit. I don't even feel any pain yet. Like, I'm just like, and my flesh hits the ground. My spirit's up there still hanging on. I shimmy down the tree. Swear to God, this is nuts. Shimmy down the tree, and my soul goes into my body. Boom! And I go, oh God! Because I'm hurt bad, right? But I'm pissed, man, because I'm that guy, right? I'm like, oh my freaking God bless. And I'm going to get up. And I'm like, I try to get up, and I'm like, oh my God, my legs are broken. I'm like, shit. And I'm just sitting there, and the blood's just dripping down on my shirt. Well, and then I snap in, and I come to, and I'm like, oh my God. Well, my buddy comes over, my business partner guy, and he comes over, and he's like, oh my God, man, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not okay. I'm broken. I said, we need to call an ambulance. Well, I didn't know this guy has seizures. Like, he never even told me. I've never seen him have a seizure. We've worked for years. All of a sudden, again, hand on the Bible, he just goes, I'll call 911. And he just, I swear, just starts freaking out, flopping around. If you've ever seen a grand mal seizure. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on? I'm like, what is this? The Mexicans have now lost their ever-loving mind. First off, they're thinking, well, I guess we don't have to get paid today. He's not those sheets. They're running around in circles, swear to God, around me. And I'm just sitting there going, what the hell are these guys saying? What are they doing? Why are they not calling 911? My buddy's flopping around. Well, somebody must have seen me fall. They've already called 911, but I don't know any of this, of course. He's flopping around on the ground. Mexicans are losing their mind. They finally stop. I'm like, I go, 911. And they go, yeah, 911. And they run over to the lady's house, who has come out about this time. She's coming to the door because she hears all this chaos and commotion going on, because I've yelled out loud, you know, that kind of stuff. And he's flopping around on the ground still. They're losing their mind. They run to the door. This is funny, but it's not. Anyway, she opens the door and starts screaming, losing her ever-loving mind. Oh my God! And I'm like, 911. And about the time I say that, swear to God, like, I don't know what the address of this place was. I really wish I did, so I could go back and visit it, just to go, yeah, we're off that damn tree right there, and go burn that thing to the ground. But anyway, it actually did me a favor, believe it or not. Anyway, so long story longer. So I hear sirens, and boom, right around the corner. Like, this is minutes have gone by, maybe not even a minute and a half. I don't even know. Like, it seems so surreal. Like, I don't even know the amount of time that passed, of course, because I'm in trauma. Anyway, here comes the ambulance. Like I said, somebody must have seen me fall and called the whole time that everybody's freaking out and panicking, and my buddy's flopping around on the ground, and she's losing her ever-loving mind, and I'm bleeding out on the ground thinking, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to the war. I'm going to die instead right here. And here comes the ambulance, and they come running up, like the two guys, they park, boom, they come running up with their little, their carry board. And the guy comes over to me, and he goes, hey, we're going to take care of you in just a second. Gives me a shot. And he goes, I'm just going to give you this real quick, and you'll be fine. We'll be right back. He goes, because it looks like you're good. Your buddy over here, we've got to get him, because And I'm like, yeah, do that. And then I'm like, oh, wow, what are we doing now? I'm a Mexicans are like, we're out, boss. They take off. My buddy's flopping around. They do something to him and get him back to good. I don't know what they did, because by this time I'm on cloud 15. They get me loaded up. They say, hey, dude, you're pretty broken up. We're going to life flight you out here. Helicopter comes, lands in the middle of the freaking street. Put me on there. Scottsdale Memorial Hospital, here I come. Interesting thing, like I said. So my wife's sister's having knee surgery at Scottsdale Memorial Hospital on this very day. At this time, it's maybe 10:30, maybe 11 by this time. I don't even know. She's coming too. My wife's there with holding my baby boy. I think my mother's there also. I'm not sure about that fact or not, but I know her husband's there, and she's waking up. And she wakes, she's coming out of surgery. She just got out of surgery. She's coming to as I'm flying in on this helicopter. And she says, oh my God, I think Wade's on that helicopter. And my wife's like, whatever. Okay, she's still loopy. What? And she tells her husband, she's like, no, I think Wade's on that helicopter. I just feel it. I know it. And he's like, whatever. She's like, you need to go down there. And he's one of those kind of guys that she wore the pants in the family. And she's like, you better go down there and check. I want to know right now. And she talks him into coming down. And so this is before cell phones and all that stuff. It was 1990, right? And 91. Anyway, they're offloading me. I'm doped up, but I've got my wherewithal. I know that my legs are broken. I feel like, okay, and I've been talking to the guy, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm just broken and I'm not going to die, but I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'll never walk again. I don't know how bad it is, whatever. Going through all these crazy thoughts in my head. I'm not even thinking about going to war or nothing. Like, I've totally forgot about all of that. And as we're pulling in he's going through where the hospital the helicopter pad's here. You go in through these doors, and there's Dave. I mean, I mentioned anybody's name. Dang it, it's all right. You don't know who he is. Anyway, here comes her husband, and I'm like, what are you doing here? And he's like, man, you're not gonna believe this. He goes, what happened to you? And I said, dude, I said, I'll have to tell you, I fell out of a freaking palm tree, man. And he's like, no way. He goes, dude, man, my mind is blown. He goes, she was coming out of surgery, and he tells me what I just told you. She was coming out of surgery, said that you were on there and made me come down here. And he goes, well, your wife's up there. I'll tell her that she was right, and you're down here. And sure enough, man, they pull me in there. They're going to take me directly into surgery. But I said, well, my wife's upstairs. They're going to come down real quick. Just can we hang on tight for a second? And they're like, yeah. She comes down with my boy, and she's like, oh, my God, what in the world? But come on, man. Come on. Hand on the Bible. If I'm lying, why would I say I'm telling you the truth? So help me God. It happened exactly like that. So let's just finish the rest of that little story. So they take me into surgery. It's like 12 hours of surgery. They're fixing my legs. They fix my pelvis. They do all this stuff. I'm in the thing. I guess everybody was waiting around the whole time and whatever. And I'll show you the picture of me in the bed and whatever. Of course, by this time, I'm on serious morphine, so I'm just like, totally forgetting about the fact that, oh, by the way, you're supposed to be shipping off on Monday. It's Friday, right? And so a week goes by. Now I'm starting, because I'm not on as much pain meds and so forth, and they're doing stuff. And my mother shows up, and she's like, well, what happened with the Navy thing? I guess you're not going to war now. And I'm like, oh my God. I totally forgot about it. I'm AWOL, right? I never called anybody. I didn't know. I didn't even know I was going to be alive. I'm like, oh my God. I said, you need to look this number up, call my commanding officer, blah, blah, blah. We call him, and he's livid because he didn't know what's happened. He didn't know anything, right? He just thinks that I didn't show up to go to war because I'm a chicken. It just cracks me up. It's not funny at all. But anyway, I'm like, Commander such and such, and he's like, where the hell are you, Quentin? Your ass is in serious trouble, this, that, and the other. And I said, sir, let me talk. And he's like, you better start talking, Sean. Where the hell are you? I'm coming to get you right now. And I'm like, sir, I'm in the hospital. You better be in the hospital. What hospital? What room? Where you at? I'm coming to see you right now. And I'm like, sir, I'm at Scottsdale Memorial Hospital, room XYZ 123, blah, 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 blah. I've been here since there. I fell out of the tree. I broke both my legs, my pelvis in 4 places. I'm hurt. I said, I'm not going to be able to ship out. Matter of fact, I've been on morphine so bad that I totally forgot. Or I would have called you a week ago, or had somebody called you, but I was out of my ever-loving mind because I was on so much drugs. There's just, I don't know if you've ever done morphine, but I'll just say this, don't do it unless you're in serious pain. But anyway, he's there in like 5 minutes. He's there. He shows up, he's in his stress whites and everything. And he's like, Quentin, you can just be crazy and get out of the Navy. You don't have to go through all this. And I was like, seriously? You think I fell 45 feet out of a palm tree? You know me better than that. I said, I was looking forward to going to war, man. I was looking forward to killing people. That's what I want to do. Anyway, just to get some of that out of my system, right? I was beating the head with a shovel from my dad. I'm going to kill people, right? That's the way I was. It's terrible, I know. But anyway, I had a lot of pent-up anger in me. I was looking forward to because as a mechanic, guess what? I get to ride on the dozer next to the equipment operator, which they're going to be trying to shoot at us. Come on, man. I was looking forward to that. But no, so I get a medical discharge. And I'm out of the Navy. So now I don't have a job. And I can't walk. And I'm in a wheelchair and yada, 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 yada. So go back to my story. Go watch Purpose now. You can watch the very first thing in there. I don't even remember which one it was, but there's a bunch of videos that basically say, here's my story. Matter of fact, you can see these pictures in there where I was in the Navy and then I'm in the hospital but it was that moment. Here's what I tell people, just to add a little humor to this, is that that's how I got into country music, is that I fell out of that tree and bumped my head so hard that I thought I was Garth Brooks. Give me a guitar. And anyway, so my wife bought me a guitar. She bought me a Mel Bay songbook of all George Strait songs, which I already knew every single one of them anyway. I just didn't know how to play guitar. But I had a year and a half. It took me a year and a half to get back on my feet, which I won't even go into all the things there, but it was like it was just witchcraft, I guess, against me, because like my leg would be good, and then like my screws started coming out because I started moving and walking, and then so they had to go in there, and they ended up breaking my leg again, and then I tripped and fell one time and broke it again, and then just all kinds of crazy stuff. But it allowed me to, I moved back to Oklahoma, go to school, get an education, and that's how I got in computer programming, and then that's how I got to be the genius that I am. Anyway, craziness, I know, but it's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. There's a lot of details in there that I left out, but that's good enough to know that, yeah, I've been through some trauma. The Lord saved me, though, because think about that. Matter of fact, I'll give you one other little tidbit. Like every person that shared my room, matter of fact, there was like 5 people that died that year, that month. I'll have to look that up. You'll have to go look it up. It's in Scottsdale, Arizona, 1991, January, and see how many people died from palm tree accidents or falls. And there was like 5 people that also fell. There, every person that came into my room and shared a room with me was from a fall and were broken of some sort. Like one dude fell off of the roof and landed on the bed of his truck and broke his back, and just all kinds of crazy stuff. And I was like, and they're like, you fell 45 feet. And I was like, somewhere in there. I didn't take a measuring tape, but yeah, it was way up there. And I lived to tell about it. Anyway, and then the Lord used that to say, you're a country western singer now. And if that don't cause you some trouble, I don't know what will. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm wore out now. I'm going to go cry or something.